What is going on, everybody? My name is Max from Laser Beast Lab, and welcome to this video. This video, I'm going to show you how to engrave leather from start to finish. I just have this circle patch that I want to make and put on my bag. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the scrap piece of leather that I have laying around, and I'm just going to go ahead and make that badge. What I have here, this is vegetable tan leather. It's called vegetable because of the natural tannins used in the process. It's recommended to use for lasers. It's safe and doesn't smell too bad. Now, your leather doesn't have to be vegetable tan, but it does have to be real leather. Fake leathers usually contain some sort of polyvinyl chloride, and it creates toxic fumes when lasers, so you want to try to avoid that. If you need help figuring out the difference between real leather or faux leather, authentic leather will be softer, grainier, stretchier, and more flexible than faux leather. Fake leathers don't stretch either, but real leathers do, so you can always tell the difference there. So once you're absolutely sure that you're using real leather, let's go ahead. Let's go through the process of creating piece on leather. So we're going to go start to finish. This is the design that I want to use. Just Foxhole Golf Club, just something I'm associated with. I'm going to prep this to be cut out in about a 2-inch circle. So right now I'm setting up my cut line. And then once the cut line's set, I'm going to show you the power settings here. So generally I like to use on leather, I have a 55-watt laser. I'm going to do at 10 millimeters a second with 45% power. And then for the engraving speed, I'm going to go ahead and do something similar to a Baltic birch. So it's going to be about 150 millimeters a second. And you can do anywhere from 18 to 20%. I'm going to stick to 18% on this one with 300 DPI. And once you have those settings set, just make sure that your engraving comes first, and then you're going to do your cut line after that. So what I'm going to do is position this on the leather and kind of try to save some space by putting it just neatly in the corner over there, just to make sure I'm not wasting any dead space. And then let's go ahead and let's frame this out. So I do have a camera. I don't necessarily need to frame it, but I always like to be sure. Frame turned out okay, so let's go ahead and start the engraving. So as you begin your engraving, you might start to notice a smell start to fill the air. Don't worry, as long as you're using real leather, it's a safe smell. It just is a little strong. So if you do have an upgraded inline fan, I would recommend setting the settings as high as it goes, so that way it just extracts all those fumes and pumps it outside versus filling up your shop, because it is a little strong for sure. So it looks like it's all done. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to carefully just take off these magnets, and I'm going to make sure that I cut out all the way before I pull it out. It looks like it went through it perfectly fine the first try, which is great. So now let's get this cleaned up. So I have the Mr. Clean Magic Eraser I'm just going to use to quickly wipe off this patch. There is a lot of sediment buildup just from that engraving. Even though I do have a good air assist, that's just kind of natural with leather to kind of look like it's scorched a little bit. But don't worry, it does wipe off pretty easy. If you haven't got one of those Mr. Clean Magic Erasers, definitely get it. It comes in handy for more than just leather. You can use it on pretty much anything. So that's a good thing to have on hand. So once it's all cleaned up, you can go ahead and stain it if you'd like. I'm going to leave it the natural raw, but if you do, this is the kind you want to use. Is a nice antique gel, and this will help stain it. Afterwards, you want to seal it up with some Resolene, and this will kind of bring out the moisture in the leather and then also seal that stain so it doesn't get and make a mess on anything. Well, that wraps up the video. It's pretty straightforward. It runs super simple. You just want to make sure you're thorough and making sure you're safe by using real leather versus the faux leather. So keep that in mind when shopping around for your supplies. I hope that this video helps, and if you have any questions or concerns, please let us know down below in the comments.